Hey everyone, D-Dub Squizzy here. Welcome back to Neverwinter Nights. We're going down the East Road. Did not take us long to find some trolls. Alright, so we should be encountering Bardock pretty quick out here. He'll randomly appear along these roads, and I think I know where his spawn is, up near those boxes in that destroyed caravan. There's all kinds of destroyed caravans out here because of the trolls. Bardock should be around here somewhere. There he is. Let's see if I could just take him on. Oh wow, starts off with a crit. That doesn't seem fair. I will say, they kind of botched his voice acting. He doesn't sound that intimidating. Oh wow, my armor class is really good. Alright, well he's dead. Alright, so you gotta be kind of careful killing deer out here. There's a bunch of archaeologists in the area, and they really lose their minds if they catch you killing the deer. It's kind of weird. What do we have here? That's actually a nice crossbow. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The mighty thing means you get an extra strength bonus from the weapon. But I do not know how a bow could possibly grant a strength bonus, or a crossbow could possibly have a strength bonus on it. Like as in your strength damage applies to it. Because it's all mechanical. An argument can at least be made for a bow having the mighty perk, but not a crossbow. Don't see how that's possible. Alright, so we have this big archaeology camp. But you don't just want to go running on into it with reckless abandon. I mean, I guess you can from the outside, but it's kind of a waste of time. So the thing is, that deer just hit me. Alright, the archaeologists are still over. There's a quest in there that involves killing a particular troll. However, it's often kind of bugged. I don't know if it has been fixed in the Enhanced Edition. Never tried to check it. I have a method that works, so I stick to it. But I do recommend, if you want to complete all the quests and whatnot, that you follow the path that I take. More deer. Yeah, so we got some more trolls over there, and just past them there is a werewolf. Any deer on this side of the map will be hostile, because we're right next to the Neverwinter Wood, where all the animals are kind of crazy. I will say the nice thing about trolls versus sloths is the trolls have way less, like, damage resistance and stuff. They also don't hit as hard or as often, and they can't summon more, so they are less annoying than sloths. But the regeneration and the, like, decent pool of hit points on all of them, while it doesn't make them a threat, can make them kind of a slog. Alright, there's Geth, one of the werewolves. Let's bring him down. He's also doing the unarmed attack thing. I know that that didn't used to be all of the werewolves that did that. The Enhanced Edition might have changed it.
Well met.
Did not want that deer to screw that up. I was pretty sure it was going to. Alright, that's that entrance to the South Road, which, if any of you remember, is where I said you can cross right over here and find the werewolf immediately. He's always right on the other side of it. Alright, entrances to the troll caves are mainly down here. It'll be like a little destroyed campsite. Some trolls over here. See that troll down there? He wants that wolf, and vice versa. So there's always that group of wolves that spawn on top of one of the caves, on like this little plateau that you cannot reach. You can shoot them though. Oh, looks like there's a troll up there too. That's not supposed to be there. Well, let me just kill this thing now, then. I feel like I should be getting 2 attacks with that crossbow, but it feels like I'm getting less than that. There's a young troll out here. I'm surprised one of those things even spawned. It's just a weaker version of a troll that usually spawns if you're a lower level. Like, often these groups of trolls I'm encountering will have 1 or 2 young trolls in the mix. Given that I hadn't encountered any yet, I assumed there just weren't any spawning. So I'm not sure what that's about. That went pretty well. Okay, there's 2 trolls stuck up there. Well, one of them's a young troll. So they should just kind of sit there trying to reach me, even though they can't. I do a lot of damage. Plus 7 on strength. Yeah, that'll do it. I should be able to just whack them with area effect spells if I have to. Wow. I'm not going to be able to kill this thing like this. Let's try that. I think I'm dealing damage faster than he's regenerating. Of course. And if I am, it's not by much. He should be dead now. Holy cow! And every time I start to get some headway, I miss. I can't use my inflict wounds on him, because he's too far away. There he goes. Okay. And there's loot up there I will never be able to get. That's unsatisfying. 2 loots up there I'll never be able to get. Okay, well, I don't plan on going in that entrance anyway. That takes you down to the second cave. Second level of the cave immediately. That's not all supposed to be there. I'll put Vardok's letter over there, because it's also a critical piece of information. I think this cave is the one I want to go through.
Let the earth take you!
Well, this works. Either entrance works, really. I'm gonna go through here first.
Taste of my wrath! Yeah! Yeah!
Alright, there's the Troll Chieftain. He's who I'm here to kill right now. Gotcha. $300. And he's part of a quest. The quest that I said is normally bugged out. It's best to come down here and kill him before starting the quest officially. Just so you can have it taken care of, don't have to worry about it after. I think all these are unlocked. All except that one chest. Normally a pretty unpleasant trap on this chest here. Oh, gnomish armor. Got some ogres. Ow. There are some ogres in these caves. Not many, but there are some. They are easily the weakest of the things that you will encounter down here. Alright, there's a corpse right here. This is one of the most obscure, yet important items that you'll find. This book belongs to a family member of Lanu. Without it, you cannot complete her companion quest. It's the only one that I actually missed in a playthrough once, because I forgot it even existed, and wasn't sure where to find it. And then I accidentally stumbled across it in a future game and marked it down for memory forever. Right, this is the other cave entrance. for some reason, that kind of annoys me, you cannot coup de grace sleeping trolls. I don't know why. If there's an actual reason for it or not. Because if you find orcs or goblins or ogres or anything like that asleep, you can coup de grace them no problem. And if you put enemies to sleep with magic, you can kill them like that. But the sleeping trolls you find in these caves are immune to it. Hitting them just wakes them up. Alright, that there is one of the ways down to the lower levels. And it's not the one I ever take. Because there's two ways down, you can see the other one on the map too. And the other one, in my opinion, is a little more convenient to use. Or we should find some troll guards charging down at a dire bear in here, and then probably some ogres. Troll elites. Alright, the dire bear needs to die first. It's not as strong as that crazy bear that we fought in the cave, but it's definitely stronger than these trolls, and it'll kill all of them. Why are the ogres and the trolls fighting? They're supposed to be allies. Okay, troll's dead. Or ogre's dead. I'm not sure that these elites are actually stronger than regular trolls. If they are, it's only by a minuscule amount. That's the way down deeper into the caves that I generally take. Could you imagine just finding a resurrection scroll lying around in a game of actual D&D? Like how valuable and incredibly powerful that is.
Let the earth take you.
Alright, that's just a little world-building note. It's not important to any quest lines or anything, doesn't give any particularly important information. It's just like an archaeologist note. There we have Janice. She's part of a side quest. Alright, so I gotta get the ring from her son, Revat, over in the archaeologist barracks. These are the shallow caves. Also the storage area, that's what it's called. There's one troll berserker in this area, as well as a death chest. Yeah, there's the berserker. There's a bunch of other random spawns of ogres and trolls, but they're kind of funky. And so it's best to go through this area once or twice in order to catch them all. Fortunately, a lot of the time, the spawns don't kick in properly, and so this berserker fights you alone, like he is right now. he's stronger than other trolls, so, you know, it's much better to kill him without backup. There's 2 berserkers in these caves, 4 shaman, I believe, and then the chieftain, who's already dead. The chieftain was just kind of a glorified shaman. Right, there's the death chest. My protections and whatnot are wearing off. I still need those, so I should probably just rest. I was pretty sure they weren't going to last me the entire episode. A few more levels and they will. But 1 more level and my weapons and armor will be +4 from my spells. That's insane. It's so much stronger than I should be allowed to get. Right, so with Vardok dead, I think he's the last actual cult agent that you fight. Like, you fight Relmar over in the Realm of the Spirit, far to the east. But he's a merc that they hired and then abandoned after they got the Word of Power out of the Spirit Realm. Which is the only one the cult actually ever gets its hands on. I find the other 3. And then there's Darktongue Breakbone, but he's just an adventurer who wants to make a quick buck, and he doesn't want you to kind of steal the adventure before he can get it. So he tries to kill you before you can, which, you know, will never work out for him. I'll give him credit. Him and his 2 guards are actually pretty strong. And they should go into attack formation after I turn in all the evidence that I need. Alright, here's one of those spawns. And it almost every time without fail will show up right as I'm trying to cross this bridge. There's also like an ogre spawn up in that room. Like the place that's on the other side of this bridge I was going up. It seems that the ones in the room with the berserker spawned in as well. It's weird that it's a will save, and that failing that will save doesn't really seem to do anything special. Like against the negative energy rate. I would have assumed it was Fortitude. And every time I get hit with anything negative energy, it says it's Fortitude. But that troll just made a will save against it. Well, he failed to make a will save, but that's what he rolled for. It also didn't even drain his strength, which I thought it did. I don't know. It doesn't matter that much anyway. It's not like I use it very often. Alright, so here's the exit to the surface. There's the human body here. I don't know why it specifies it. But this body never has anything on it. Yeah, no, it's an empty body, so I don't know what that's about. Got some more trolls out here. And some more hostile deer. I'm assuming that the monument to the tower guy here, the guy who tried to build a tower and failed because the trolls were around. Like, it gives you his name every time you go by, and it's just like this little Easter egg type thing. I'm assuming that's one of the developers or a friend of a developer or something like that. Because it doesn't serve any practical purpose for being in the game. not getting my cleaves, which is annoying. There it is. Alright, now we're around the back of the archaeologist camp. All the trolls on the surface are cleared out and the place has been made safe. So Jax here is in charge. And he's the guy with the big overarching quest of the whole, like, troll caves thing. Interestingly enough, this quest is the first mention of the creator race that you find in the game, I think. And of course, they turn out to be the big bads of this entire adventure. Talking to most of these archaeologists doesn't make a difference to anything. They all think that Jax is a crazy old fool who's going to get them all killed. But they also don't feel like leaving, so if they died, that would be kind of on them. I'd say about a good half the games, when I kill one of those deer out there, these two archaeologists open that door and come sprinting out to try to kill me. None of the others really care, if they do. But that is a thing I encounter pretty often. Alright, so I'll pick up Jax's quest to find a trace of the creator race deep underground, and he'll give me the key to get into this building. Alright, so I got the key now. To complete that Troll Chieftain quest, what you want to do is go in this door, save beforehand. The moment you're in, pause, talk to Lenton before he starts attacking that target dummy. And then while paused, talk your way through these things to get him to the point where he gives you the quest.
Well met.
Alright, there we go. So he wanted the head of the Troll Chieftain because it killed his brother. He was training against that target dummy there so that he could kill it. When he starts training, after you enter the room, sometimes the game bugs out and you can't talk to him at all. Which is why I always come here after I already have the head. And go in through that door and talk to him the way I do to keep him from initiating combat with the stupid training dummy. Which is not a prop that you can interact with. He attacks that thing even though you can't. Alright, here's Revat.
Hello there.
He's the son of the woman who's trapped in the cage. Now up here is one of the assassins. Or one of the, criminals that the bounties are on. It's the halfling assassin. Delilah, I think her name is. I can't remember. It starts with a D. Yeah, it's Delilah. She's an assassin. Once you beat her down enough, She will try to make her spiel to you. It won't go well, so I always just kill her anyway. There she goes. Like I said, I don't trust any of them at all. And now I got her ear. That's another bounty taken care of. You know, it's kind of weird. No one ever brings her up, like, why she's here. She doesn't, like, tell you why she's here. No one in the camp comments on it. No one even mentions that she's anywhere nearby. They just pretend that it didn't even happen. Did she sneak in? Did she lie to them and they thought she was, like, a person on the road that needed help, so they took her in? Was she threatening them? Was she paying them? Although I don't know how. I don't think she had any money. I don't know, it just seems so weird. Like, there doesn't seem to be any reason why she was there. They just needed to put her somewhere, so they thought, why not in the second floor? I think it makes most sense to assume that she snuck in and was just hiding out somewhere. But that's just an assumption, so who knows? Alright, so now, since I'm going back through this place, a lot of the spawns are showing up. I think that with all the trolls I've already killed, these two groups of ogres are the only ones left to spawn. Alright, I'll go pick up the reward from her once I finish with these ruins. I should head back and sell some stuff, turn in that ear, and the ring. So now that I've found the third werewolf ring, Sir Carathis should spawn up in the North Road.
Feels good.
I'm going to sell my traps to Eliath. I only know of the one that I'm carrying. It looks like that is the only trap I have. And now those guys who were standing around telling me to watch out, they are all gone.
Well, hello. Have you exciting news for me, or is this just a routine?
I don't want to talk to her. I came walking up here, just like almost instinctively, I guess, and talked to her and thought to myself, wait a second, something isn't right here.
Welcome back.
6,000 for that crossbow. You know, I might as well sell this. I'm gonna go pick up the full plate +1 from the cracked anvil. I don't really need it, but whenever my protections wear off, you know, it pays to just have the best stuff regardless.
Can I help you?
You are not the person I want to talk to.
Hey, I'll take.
There it is. It also fits the magical item aesthetic much better. Okay. Well, that's going to do it for this one then. So the first level of the Troll Caves, technically the second if you count the storage area, has been cleared out. We've done most of the... We've completed all the side quests. I just have to go pick up a reward for one of them. All that's left is the actual exploration of the tunnels. Now there are 5 more layers to these tunnels. I'm going to try to get all of them in the next episode. But I don't know if I actually will or not. It's a really deep dungeon. I don't know what they were thinking when they made it. It's kind of ridiculous, but they went all out on this one. So that's going to be the goal for the next one. It's just clearing this stuff out. That is all for this one. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.